Alright, what is going on everyone? Crypto Mac here, bringing you guys another crypto video. Today we're going to be discussing Sandbox. We're going to look at how it's performed in the past few days because it's done pretty well. It's been performing well for the past couple of months. So we're going to look at what we think it's going to go moving forward and just what's going on with the coins. I just want to say this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. So firstly, we see the big symmetrical triangle, which we've been discussing. That we were discussing in our last video, which is our first video on sand. And I think I said I didn't plan on doing another video unless there was some reasoning for it, and there is reasoning for it. Last video we were around this level here. We were sitting here, so we just saw the breakout of the triangle. We saw that, and then we saw this sideways movement. We got support off the line, which was confirming the breakout, and then we moved up. And sand went to $4.68, which is all-time high levels. Very high. If we take it from the bottom down here, which mind you, this was only the 27th of October, so this is less than a month. In less than a month, sand has gone up 500%. Over 500%. Insane. So, very good. What we were talking about last video is this line here. Given a price target. So we said, let me straighten that up. This was our price target, and we hit it pretty much perfectly right. We got up to this level and we said there's going to be resistance here, and we also said there was confluence. If we take a Fibonacci, we can see our next, because this was our next price target as well, was 1.618, which is right on this line, and we said there's going to be resistance right here in this line, right in this region. Between these two lines there's probably going to be resistance. We're probably not going to break through on the first attempt, and yeah, we saw that. So I've got a video of my last video. I'll just quickly let this play out, and we can see our first price target is basically around this $4.30 range, which is in confluence to our target. So this is probably a level of resistance, would say, between these two lines. Might just draw that. I think that level is going to be some resistance for sand, and if it were to break through, that would just be insane. If it got on that level, we might see resistance come down, come back up and break through, and then it seriously could go pretty high. One thing to look at, so I had to look at so this coin is ranked, so I think 50. We can see we said we were about at this point here. We're on the way up, and I was saying we're going to go up most likely. Obviously I didn't know exactly what's going to happen, but it seems likely that we're going to hit this price target because we're very bullish on sand right now. It's performing extremely well. After a big rally, then sideways movement in this triangle, testing this line of resistance, finally broke through. Very just bread and butter, to be honest. We broke out, we hit our price target up here, which was in confluence with our Fibonacci level. Got resistance because it's going to be strong resistance at that point. We did break through, we wicked through on the 4 hourly. A few times actually from our top line. If you see, there's actually 3 wicks that broke through. One up here, which reached $4.60, and then back down, and we've tested again. We've tested again here. So we came down, a lot of candles getting resistance on the Fibonacci level resistance, and then we've tested it again, and we got rejected. So the question is, are we going to go again? Are we going to come back up, test it once more, and that could be the final test? Which you could just say we have like a line sort of forming like that. If you wanted to, so that's kind of an ascending triangle there, and then obviously you could pull that even further, so you could say it's the first ascending triangle's here and the second one is here. And so if we get support of this, we might come back up, test it again, and break through. And if we break through again, well, price discovery mode, we're in all-time high. Well, we'd have to break through and get past this wick, then we're in all-time high price discovery. We don't know how high sand could go. So that's what we're looking at. But obviously, because we've had this pretty parabolic move, you need to remember from down here, we had a 100% move, and the biggest pullback we had was, I guess here, 12%. We had a 12% pullback here, and then this one was 15%. So they're not big pullbacks from a 100% move, and you need those kind of corrections to be healthy. But at the same time, like, I think a lot of people are very bullish on sand right now because it's a good coin. The NFT space is blowing up, as I'm saying, which is why sand's such a massive move. And so it can kind of do its own thing and continue moving forward. The other thing to look at is that Sand has done this move when Bitcoin's been going down, and most of the market's been going down. So most coins have been dipping pretty hard. You look at Bitcoin went down to pull the chart, went down to 55,000, in the 55,000s right. It has come back up. I want to speak about that in a second. But it's important to note that Sand's been performing well when Bitcoin's performing poorly, because it means it's just doing what it wants, right? Which is really good. Most altcoins will just follow Bitcoin and what they do. Bitcoin goes up, altcoins will follow afterwards. Bitcoin comes down, altcoins are going to follow afterwards, usually in larger amounts. So if Bitcoin goes up 10%, you might see alts pump 15%, 20%, and same when it goes down. That's usually how it works, but obviously every coin's different. And as we've seen with Sand, it said, no, I'm doing my own thing. I'm jumping to all-time highs, which is really good to see. So as I said, we hit $4.68, which is really nice. If we do look at the Bitcoin chart, we can see I drew this line as a support line. I want the daily here. I want to get the daily. Go to the 4 hour. That's a bit better. Yeah, I drew this line just because when we were sitting on this line, I said there could be support here because there's a bit of support here. So if you draw it across, this could be another line of support. It's also in parallel with these two lines. Mostly. Obviously, probably not perfectly, but pretty much parallel with this line. And so we saw support and ended up being some strong support and come back up. So now Bitcoin's trading at 59,000. The question is this the end of that pullback? Is this the end of that correction? So the correction ended up being 19%, so nearly 20%. And so the question is that 20% correction all we needed for another move for Bitcoin to jump back into this sideways moving channel, get back involved, and, you know, strive for 70,000, strive for the all-time high, go towards that big move to 100K, which, mind you, 100K is up here, which feels like a long way away when you look at the chart, but it's probably not. Who knows? We might get 100K before the end of the year, maybe before the end of the cycle, maybe not. Maybe we don't get it by the end of the cycle, but Bitcoin's currently holding pretty well. Like at 59,000, it's nice to come back up. You know, we went down. There was a little bit of panic here. Then we went down significantly. This was the line of support. I was thinking like we have to hold this, otherwise we're just gonna go even lower. Didn't hold, come down even more. So the question is this a bull trap? And then are we gonna go lower and test some of my last lines of support, which I was talking about yesterday? So there's this one, which is 51,800, our big cup and handle line. We get support off that. And the other one is this line going across up here, which it could be confluence. I talked about if we have a move down like this, it'd be confluence on that line because there's support there. But for that to happen, we'd have to break through this line again. Not again, sorry. We'd have to break through this line, which previously acted as support. And so I wouldn't be too upset if we came down, test this line again as support, like $56,000 range, and then come back up. Like that's fine. Maybe form like a W pattern, which might provide us with enough energy, I guess, to get us back into this sideways moving channel, and then test this line of support. I could also see Bitcoin just going parabolic for a bit and just kind of flying, like just kind of getting us back in this range, and then maybe a pullback from there. I mean, look, no one can predict what's going to happen perfectly. I'm just making speculative guesses based on what I think may happen. But yeah, the other thing I was looking at was Ethereum. So if we pull up Ethereum, I said this in the last video. Actually, I said this in a few videos earlier, and I think I put the video into yesterday's video, that we could break out of this ascending channel and touch the cup and handle line on Ethereum, and this will act as support. Now, I know everyone came here for Sand, but this is obviously all going to be relevant, because if we can get Bitcoin and altcoins to start moving back up and Ethereum to start moving back up, then we can see Sand really take off. And so if we look at Ethereum on this big cup and handle, similar to what Bitcoin's one, but it's a bit higher up. Bitcoin hasn't quite reached its cup and handle line. We got some strong support right here. Right, we got some strong support off this line, and we've come back up. So a lot of green candles there, which is really good. And you could almost say this is a W pattern as well. Which if it is, and if we break through, we're currently like right on the line, so we need to break through. We want to get to like, you know, 4,350 nearly 4,400. So it might be a breakout about here. And that could shoot us up to 4,600. Right? And remember, the all-time high is 4,800 here. So if that were to happen, it could give us a bit of a run for Ethereum to get us back up to this level and start trending back up. So that's the other possibility. So again, we'll talk about sand again. We've got some resistance here. I'm just gonna watch it. I feel like we might start a move back up in the next 12 hours. I think they're very clustered right now. We're moving kind of just like sideways. As I said, there's this somewhat ascending triangle you could discuss and say, well, right now we're on it, so we could start to move back up and try to break through this line, this area of resistance, and sand could go further. As I said the other day, I brought up for $28 as a price target, and I still think $28 by the end of like the bull market is definitely within range. Like sand, I believe it was ranked 50 in market cap, like quite low when you compare other coins, right? Top 10 coins in that. So it has a ways to go where it can actually really grow. And as I said, the NFT space right now is blowing up. There's so many people getting into the NFT space, and so coins like sand are going to do very well, as it's already done. As sand has already done very well. So I'll keep you updated. I might do a follow-up video tomorrow. Like if we see another breakout, I'll do a to the upside. I'll do another video tomorrow on sand, or 2 days time. Do an update, see what's going on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Please like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think sand's gonna do, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch ya.